I don't know what's going on. I just woke up and we are slapping you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the counselor's office. Scholars! Nothing says video like waking up on the buck of some dawn time. I don't know. Anyways, it is time to do a video. Man, when you get on vacation, you just kind of spread out and you're like, do I want to do this? But I do want to do it. I want to do it. That's why we're doing it. And so we're doing it, dude. We're doing it. We're doing videos. I do enjoy doing videos, by the way. I make it sound like I'm just not caring. It's just been a very lazy 2 weeks. Like, it's been so nice to not have to do my first job. Not that I have a problem. It's just, I mean, everyone needs a vacation once in a while. And so it's been very nice to kind of lounge around. You know, I've also been staying up playing video games, which is what I used to do about, Destiny, which is kind of where we're segueing. In 2025, we have no idea what's going to happen with Bungie, but we do know. I mean, some of us can guess what's going to happen, but we do know that there have been changes going on with the leaders of Bungie. This is from the Game Post. Bungie's C-suite reconstructing suite, by the way, Jesus, can I read this morning? Bungie's C-suite restructuring. It's like reconstructing. You know, why can I not say this word? Restructuring. Thank you. I know how to speak English. I know I'm not awake. Continues as chief strategy and creative officer depart. By the way, I did just seriously, when I say I just woke up, I literally I flopped out of bed. Here we are. And you'd be like, oh, you should make a better quality video. You can shut up. I'm sorry. Bungie's, yeah. So there's changes going on in the C-suite, which we've heard about the C-suite. We've heard about some of the things that are going on. By the way, I am doing something different because they're so kind to give us a list of people who are part of the C-suite. And I don't know who these people are. And you probably don't too. So I did some investigation last night. So now we have some insight to what these people look like. So let's read it together, shall we? Bungie's leadership reshuffle continues on as chief strategy and creative officers depart amidst ongoing structural changes. Will that change the company and make it better? I don't know. You let me know. Bungie, the studio behind the hit franchise Destiny 2. I'm so glad they didn't even mention Halo anymore. An upcoming marathon continues to see significant changes at the leadership level. Over the past year, Bungie's workforce and organizational structure have been in flux, especially as the company integrates more deeply into Sony's PlayStation following its acquisition in 2022. Several team members from Bungie have already transitioned to key roles with PlayStation Studios, focusing on live service games and IP development. Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. There's been a lot of extra changes that we didn't foresee happening. Like, people were quitting. We didn't expect to happen. We also saw more people being absorbed than I thought was going to happen, because they mentioned it, but they didn't say how many, or who specifically was being absorbed. I did think they did give like a general number, like 120 or 150 people were being absorbed, but I thought those were just general employees. But it seems like it's also going to be some of these head honchos as well. However, these changes have also come with downsizing the leadership exits. Earlier this year, Bungie laid off 220 employees, bringing its head count down to approximately 850 from a peak of 1,600 just a year ago. Yeah, a lot of that has to do with COVID, right? They overshot, and they were expecting, here's the thing that people don't realize is it's not just COVID. It wasn't just COVID that caused Bungie to expand. They were also doing multiple side projects that have been canceled. I want you to realize how much money goes into making video games. They made 3 or 4 different side projects, and that were never used. So that's all the waste of time and money, resources, and all these extra people that you think, oh, well, they were working on Destiny. No, they weren't. They were never. You have all these people And they weren't all working on Destiny. They're working on all these different side projects. And so they lost their job because guess what? Those side projects were axed. So that's kind of the big problem, is that they were trying to fill in a lot of shoes. They got too big for their own britches, and they should have focused on what they were doing, like one at a time. Most game companies focus on something one at a time and then circle back around like, oh, we're going to do this IP and then this IP and then this IP. They don't try to do it all at once, unless you're like, I guess, Epic Games and you're like really successful. All right, let's see what we have. Alongside the other C-suite members, including Chief Technology Officer, CTO, and Chief Officer, CCO, departed or transitioned to new roles within Sony. New Bungie leadership departures. Now, more exits have surfaced. Andreas Jenkins, who served as Bungie's Chief Strategy Officer for an impressive 16 years since joining in October 28, exit the company in October 2024, according to his LinkedIn profile spotted by the Game Post, which we do have a lot of LinkedIn up here that we're going to be checking out. Meanwhile, Johnny Ebert, who joined Bungie in 2017 and spent the last 5 years as Chief Creative Officer, appears to also left. This is based on his X bio, which now reads former Chief Creative Officer Bungie. These details were found through updates to their respective profiles, but no formal announcement has been made by Bungie as of yet. This marks the last in a series of high-profile leadership changes at the studio. Yeah, they're not going to say shiitake. Like, yeah, people are being moved. People are jumping ship. They don't want to tell the community that. They're not going to openly say, hey, we're having a lot of people who have been here for years just leave. Because that doesn't look good. The fact that you have a bunch of fresh people, it doesn't look good. But then it is good, right? Like us players who are vets, we want fresh blood that maybe they can do things. Maybe they can actually make a game we want. But there's also, it's a double-edged sword, right? You get that freshness that you want, but you also get that inexperience, which could lead more problems. So it's a double-edged sword. But if you get someone who's not like fresh in video games in general, but fresh to Destiny, you might get a nice little pie, right? You might get a nice little piece of pie. All right, the Game Post has reached out to Bungie and Sony for comment on these latest developments, and we'll update the story if a response is received. Louis Villegas transitioned to Sony earlier this year to take on the role of head at technology. PlayStation. Holly Barkovi left the company in July 2024 to join Hasbro, and former Chief Legal Officer Don McGowan was laid off in October 2023, which is funny because now Bungie is being sued. It's crazy. We'll get into it, but it seems like this guy is probably the more chill out of everyone. He also kind of gave us a lot of insight and information about the company. Like, he's like, you know what, screw you. He's also the one that told us that Sony told Bungie to get their head out of their asses. So this guy's cool, all right in my book. Like, he's willing to speak the truth, brother. Here's a look at Bungie's current and former C-suite. So we have Pete Parsons. We all know Petey boy. Everyone knows who Pete is. Pete's an asshole. No one likes Pete. All right, then we have Justin Truman, Chief Development Officer. By the way, Pete's saying, yeah, who would have thunk Pete wasn't going to go anywhere? He's been around. He's been literally a virus that's been around since Halo. No one's had anything positive to say about that asshole. Justin Truman. We've seen Justin before. At least I think I've seen him in like videos. Actually, I take that back. I think I've seen him in like a comedy skit, like someone who looks like him in a comedy skit. What am I thinking? Like his face looks so like just, it's gonna bother me. It's like it's the skit where the guys and the girls act like they're in a game shop. It has his guy's name's Roran. Holy crap! What is that group called? Anyways, this looks like one of those dudes. But anyways, I know that's a really way off the sidetrack. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But in my head, he looks like one of those comedy groups. Anyways, there you go. we've got a face to Truman. Oh, let's go down here. We got Louis Vilgus. So he's in PlayStation. But again, you want to know who are the people who are responsible for maybe ruining the game you love? Here you go. That's Louis. Then we have financial officer Daniel Porter. By the way, some of these you have to read. So let's read hers. Senior finance and operation executive, 20 plus years of demonstrated results, helping public and private companies build infrastructure, achieve profitability, and scale for growth. You did a great job making Destiny profitable. You did Bungie profitable, even though. So are you the person responsible for all the financials going out the window? Are you the one to be blamed for the fact that there were so many side projects that didn't grow or go anywhere? Extensive cross-functional understanding of business planning, strategy, operation, and how to support. Oh my God, she really goes on. Support departments via cutting-edge finance and accounting resources. I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. I can't take it seriously. You did such a great job at keeping Bungie afloat. Maybe she did. Maybe she was the one that was crunching the numbers to save this stupid company. But my God, it doesn't look good on your resume when the company has actually been proven to be incompetent with its own resources. All right, then we have Jason Jones. We know Jason Jones. He's one of the few dudes who was around back in the day for Halo. Like, he is probably outside of Pete Parsons, he is now the one Halo dude. The one guy, the one Bungie bro that is back, he's a relic of a time beyond. And I know that he at one point, he definitely has history being involved with the games itself. Whether he still is, I don't know. But I was very surprised to see that he still existed in the company. And then, of course, poor Luke Smith is gone. Then we have Andreas Jenkins, which we saw his picture. You are not Andreas, but we saw Andreas. He's up here. This is Andreas right here. Didn't know who he was. Then we have Johnny Ebert. I love this. He's the creative officer. So he's the lead of creativity at Bungie. Our mission is to create a culture based on deep levels of trust, high autonomy, and clear accountability. I love everything about this. Yep, you did so well at helping Bungie, making that trust with the players. Yep, building high autonomy and clear accountability, especially for all those moments where the game was broken. You really helped keep clear accountability, but building that trust. Great culture. You've done such a fabulous job. We are bound together by a strong and proven set of creative values. We are eternal students of the craft with a bold sense of curiosity and a passion for constant iteration. Why have seasons been the same for years? Why were seasons the same for years? Sense of curiosity and passion. Okay. We are always looking for the best ideas rather than promoting our own ideas. You want to talk about Latinx, asshole? Honestly, that was a whole thing. That was funny. It really pissed me off and a lot of people off. So they haven't done it since then. They have never put Latinx back on that. Honestly, honesty and candor are prized. Are they really? As it's a strong sense of human creative humility. If this is the type of culture you'd like to help build, please reach out to Bungie Recruiting. Man, they're even gaslighting new employees. That's crazy. Anyways, they're gone. Must have been a lot too much trust building going on there. Yep, too much trust. We can't do it. Can't do it. Too much trust. The next one is Chief Operating / People Officer. Holly Barkovy joined Hasbro as Chief Officer. So she dipped out. She's like, peace. I'm going to Hasbro. I'm going with if I'm going to deal with kids, I might as well deal with actual kids. Then we have Chief Legal Officer Don. We know Don. We know Donnie boy. Yeah, he's the one that kind of leaked a bunch of stuff, and he even told us that, you know, Sony was not impressed or happy with how Bungie's been running, and which is what led to all these changes. Bungie currently has around 850 employees, as disclosed by McGowan in a recent interview. Despite the shakeups, and the studio remains committed to its ongoing projects, including Marathon, slated for its release in 2025. In other Bungie-related news, former Chris... Yeah, we already know about that. All right, well, I think this is a great ending right here, Marathon. This is the future. People like to say Destiny's the future, Frontiers. No, this is not. That's not the Frontier. That's not the future of Bungie. This is. Everything. Bungie has put time, money, resources into Marathon. Bungie has chosen Marathon. The reason Destiny is in a sloppy, buggy, incompetent mess that it is because they have moved on to Marathon. This is what they want to be their new baby. It's very obvious. Anyone with two brain cells sliding together can say, yeah, this is it. And yet we've heard nothing. That's a video for another time to talk about Marathon and what to maybe expect in the future. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. I just thought it was interesting to talk about that. You know, a lot of people to blame the leadership. Well, now you know who to blame or who was to blame. You know what they look like and what they did look like. Not that they're dead or anything, but they're no longer at the company. But these are the people you blame for decision making. These are them. Now you know. Now I know. I didn't know what half these people look like, but now we know what the actual main leaders. These are the executives. These are the leaders. These are the main choice makers. They are the ones to blame. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, game out.